Okay, so good morning, everybody, and welcome to the next PA Forum Zoom series. We're delighted today to be joined by our PA Awards partners. We've got Nikki Rule from the IHG Managed Properties in the UK, and we also have Becky and Sarah from Ashorne Hill. Thank you for joining us, ladies. Really appreciated. Now, I myself work for a venue, and I'm not working at the moment, and I'm really interested to see what venues are doing to be able to give you a little bit more assurance that from your office or from your home office, you're able to still experience what venues have to offer. And so we're really grateful for the ladies being able to come on and show us that today. So each of the venue groups will have 20 minutes each just to tell you a little bit more about what they do. If you've got any questions at all, they'd love to hear from you. I know events is a massive thing at the moment. Loads of people have got burning questions. And so hopefully our venue partners will be able to answer some of those as best as they can for you. So without further ado, I'd like to just hand over to Nikki. Welcome, Nikki.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I wish that I was sat where I am in my Zoom. I'm actually sat in the London Secret Garden, which is in Kensington, which is really, really popular at the moment. Hopefully you should start to see my slides in a minute. Give me a shout if you can. I'm just waiting for them to go full screen. It takes a minute. These technical glitches. So the London Secret Garden behind me, as you can see, has got these little domes in, which are really, really popular, and they're great at the moment for social distancing. So it's actually sat within quite a large garden, and these domes can fit 10 people in. So you can do afternoon tea, lunch, private dining, small meetings in there, and they're all named after iconic pop artists like Freddie Mercury, Aretha Franklin, Prince, George Michael, and they're sat within the Grenfell Garden, which is obviously a garden dedicated to the survivors of the families that were involved in the Grenfell tragedy. So this is just one of the gardens that I'm sat in, but it just gives you a bit of an idea of what you can do with technology in terms of the fact that I'm moving house and behind me is a load of cardboard boxes. So you don't want to see those at all. So the IHG Managed Properties, we're really happy and pleased to be involved with Dan and with the PA Forum because we don't actually have a hotel in the Birmingham area. So it's very difficult for me to reach out and grow relationships with clients in that area because I can't bring you in to see my venues very easily because they're not that close by. However, a lot of my clients are based in Birmingham because our properties and the West Midlands, because our properties sit from London up to Glasgow and everything in between. So obviously I haven't got time to show you all 19 today, unfortunately, and they're all very different. That's St David's at Cardiff, by the way, on Cardiff Bay that you can see there. So it just gives you an idea of how different and diverse our portfolio is. There's just a quick map there just to show you the hotels that we have. IHG is a franchise community, so most of our hotels are owned by private owners. However, the 19 that I represent are owned and managed by IHG, and they're the former Principal hotels, if you've ever heard of the Principal brand. And then we have lots of different brands that sit within our collection. So as a salesperson, it's very difficult to explain. So we have Intercontinental Park Lane, and we have the other Intercontinental in Edinburgh. Then we have 4 Crown Plazas, majorly in London. We have Voco, which I'm sure you guys will know from Voco St John's, which is Solihull area. That doesn't actually belong to us, it is a franchise property, but we have all the other Voco hotels in the UK within our brand. And then we have the nearest brand to the UK, which is the Kimpton brand. Kimpton is very well known in the States. It's kind of an upscale, quite cool brand. So it's kind of where Intercontinental is bellhops and bell cloches and very traditional luxury. Kimpton is much more fashionable luxury, so it's kind of a little bit more stand back, a little bit cooler, and very individual, and it's very much about a warm welcome. So it's not that kind of intrusive, really high-end luxury, and all the properties are very individual and very funky. That's just a little map of where we are. There's just some little pictures there that shows you that unfortunately, if you wanted to come and see one of my hotels and have an idea what they were all like, I couldn't do that. So my colleague works for Village. I used to work for Village. I love Village, but you go and see a Village, you've seen one, you've seen them all, which is great. But with our hotels, as you can see from the front there, they're all very, very different, all in very iconic buildings, but from country houses to city centre, Victorian old banks to, you know, the modern St David's, which was only built 20 years ago. There's just a quick picture there to give the idea of the inside of one of our hotels. So that's the Intercontinental, the George in Edinburgh, which is lovely. So our hotels are mid to kind of mid upscale hotels, I would say, generally. But price-wise, they vary so much, vary on location as well. The Intercontinental, the George in Edinburgh, does great day delegate rates. You know, probably a third of what they are in London, as we know. People with London, we know what the prices are like there. Just wanted to talk really quickly around the measures that IHG have put in place. Now, as Dan said, you know, my contact details are on here, and if anybody wants to know a bit more detail about our clean IHG Clean Promise and our Meet with Confidence, it is done by brand. So that's why I've not put sort of everything up on the screen. So we have a Clean Promise for Kimpton, one for Voco. And I wanted to mention a little bit about virtual tours, and hopefully if it works, we're going to have a look at a virtual tour. But all of our hotels partner with Matterport and Headbox, who do the virtual tours. I've been using them for about the last year, and they are amazing. Because I sit in Brighton, my clients are from Derby, Birmingham, Nottingham, right the way down to the coast. So we use a lot of virtual tour technology when we're with people. Because if you manage to get in to see one of our hotels, which is what we love, half the time the meeting rooms are in use. So it's really frustrating. The day that you can come, the meeting room isn't free. So it's just a great way to really have a look around. And I think it's great. I'm obsessed with the virtual tours on homes. While I've been on furlough, I was looking for somewhere to live, and I spent my whole time walking around these really £1.4 million houses going, oh, this is nice. So they're just a really good place, you know, way to get inside somewhere. This is just an idea, I'm not going to go through it all, but of some of the things that we're doing for So Fresh and So Clean, which is like the Clean Promise around meetings and around the hotel as well. I think there's a very careful balance between upscale hotels, hospitality, and the clean policy, because we're trying to figure out a way. For example, our 5-star in London, the Kimpton Fitzroy, are not keen to do conference lunches on paper plates with cling film over the top, because it's not really what we do. So we're trying to find ways to conform and follow the rules that are in place, but without taking away what we do, which is hospitality, because that's what we do. That's what the girls at Ashorne do. That's what our hotels and venues are, their hospitality as well. So, you know, I'm sure you don't want to go and spend £300 to stay in a hotel and for it to be clinical and not very welcoming, and sanitizers and being sprayed with sanitizing spray as you walk in. So it's trying to find a balance between the two, which is quite difficult. I'm about to try and show you a virtual tour now, so bear with me. Hopefully this is going to work. At the moment my cursor's stuck, so that's a good start. There we go. Right. So I shall try and share my screen again. So
you have
far,
got
so good.
fantastic hotels, Nikki. I mean, they're absolutely awesome.
We are lucky.
I'm just very interested. Has anybody visited any of those hotels that Nikki has just spoke about? Anyone? Does anyone who do much in London at all? I'm just intrigued. I'm interested to know. Tracy, you do. Do you mind me asking what you've done in London before?
I mean, we've got a corporate rate. That's the thing with most companies, isn't it? I inherited the hotel that we currently use. So I've kind of got an agreed corporate rate for my guys. So whenever they're in London, we actually use the Cavendish,
nice hotel,
which is a nice hotel, and it's not a cheap one either. You're dead right with the price. I mean, we pay £350 a night, excluding VAT and breakfast. I mean, that's a lot of money.
I can never imagine paying that. That's a week away in a caravan to me.
Oh, well, believe me, that's not me. That's my boys wanting to be spoiled. But yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, the rates in London, because I'm actually a Midlander by birth, and I worked in the Midlands a lot in my career, and like the rates in London are just something else. I mean, our Kimpton Fitzroy, which is our 5-star, you know, their day delegate rates can go up to £150 easily. You know, for me, that's a 24-hour rate with an upgrade. So it's like, but people do pay that, you know. London, well, who knows, post-COVID, we could be looking at a very different world, but certainly, you know, I think it's for the quality and for the location and just for the availability. But let's see what happens now in the new world that we're facing.
Yeah, 100%. I just see. Does anybody else book out of those areas at all, like Scotland or Wales or further up north or London? I'm just intrigued to kind of get a little bit of a Has anybody else?
I do sometimes when it's necessary, because offices in Manchester, Leeds, you know, right up to Newcastle, Glasgow, and when the need does arise, it's just booking hotels that are nearer to where they want to go. So it's not like we've got corporate rates. We have got corporate rates in certain places, but places I have to book, like you were just saying about London, we actually have to justify why we're spending over £200 on a hotel. Yeah.
My God, you'd
We
be
do.
lucky if that got you a Premier
I know,
Inn in
I
London.
know. I know, Tracy, I know, but we have to justify why we're spending that amount. You know, more often or not, the justification can be they're at a conference, and you know it's you know, convenience, and they're going to a meeting the next day. So you know, more often or not, that justification justifies itself. So no, but it's just booking up north sometimes for my guys if they've got a portfolio valuation or whatever they're doing, so they need to visit X amount of properties. So
The only other place I book generally on an annual basis, but it only tends to happen once a year, and that's Edinburgh. And that's for our road shows. And when I do that, I book them into the Malmaison normally, just because they like it.
yeah.
But they're not very experimentative, are they, when you're execs? You find that once they go somewhere, they think, this is our place now. And we're not prepared to look any further than the end of our nose. And the amount of times I've tried to put other places in front of them and say, but this looks nice. No, it's okay, we'll stay where we used to. And I'm like, for God's sake.
It is difficult. It's difficult. I mean, I would say with IHG, obviously the 19 that I look after the manage, but they sit within the portfolio. And IHG have a rewards club, which is really, really popular with travellers and with bookers. So it's a loyalty club. So the booker can claim points, as can the traveller. So a lot of people use IHG hotels for. It was the first ever, when I worked at the Holiday in Coventry about 30 years ago, it was the first ever kind of reward scheme in place called Priority Club. So you could like claim really good points. So it's a really good scheme. And then we introduced it for bookers as well, either of events or of bedrooms. So
we're not allowed to have anything like that because I'm NHS.
Yeah,
we're not
I mean,
allowed to have
do
anything at all. We have to go through Redfern, or is it CCT now? I think it's called. So we have to book everything through them. So we couldn't even come to somewhere like yourself. And are you one of our approved suppliers?
Yeah, we do work with the NHS. Yeah, I mean, some of our hotels will be on the programme and some not, depending on the price point. But
we have
with
to
the
go
rewards,
through them and they book it for us, which is a bit of a nuisance.
I mean, we book with the rewards club as well. A lot of my clients use it for charity, or they use it for team away days, or they use it for Christmas parties. So it doesn't have to be used personally. It can be used by the company as well. So for example, if you've got a salesperson that travels a lot within your company, then maybe they might use the reward club points to stay overnight when they're on business. So there's lots of different ways you can use it. I wonder, can everybody see the virtual tour before I start taking it round?
Yeah.
So this is to give you an idea. So you get a dollhouse, which is like a 3D elevation of the hotel. This is the Principal York, which is like a lovely country house hotel just inside the walls of the city on the train station. And then you get the top view. So obviously we can send a link to our customers and they can open it, and then we can talk through it together on the screen. Or if we're together, we obviously go through it on the iPad. So just to give you an idea of what you can do once you're in here, is you can properly look around, so you can get a really good look and feel for the hotel itself. And you can go into any room that you want to, and you can zoom along and walk through the hotel. This hotel reminds me of something that should be in the Agatha Christie book. I absolutely love it. It's really, really pretty. So
I've
this
been
one
in
is
here actually.
Have you? Yeah.
Yes, I have. I've been in and had a bit of breakfast one morning because I was staying overnight in York, but I think I'd stayed in the Grand.
And that's just opposite.
That's right, and we were too early, or I was too early rather, to get on my train back, and so I went for breakfast in there.
So you may well have had breakfast in here, which is the refectory, which is the restaurant.
We didn't eat breakfast in as posh a bit as that. We sat in like a dining, like not like a lounge area.
Yeah, I know exactly
very pretty, the sofas and.
I know exactly where you will have sat. You will have sat in our beautiful lounge where we do all the afternoon teas. Yeah. So this is the lounge where you probably would have sat.
Yes, that's it. We were sat up there, so we were looking at the car park.
Yeah, it's got beautiful gardens outside as well. I mean, this is my dream lounge, but obviously it's about 10 times the size of my flat, but it's very nice. And then we've got loads and loads of meeting space at York. But what I would say about York is, yes, it does look, it is a stunning hotel, but the rates are really, really achievable. And also in terms of any meetings or anything, or roadshows you mentioned earlier, you're planning on looking at, York work with LNER and they have a partnership deal with the train company. So they get discounted train rates and they can put the train tickets onto the hotel bill for you. So they've got a really good deal there. So this is the Oak Room as well, which just gives you an idea. And this one leads outside to the garden. So you can see with the virtual tour, if you, for example, had booked the Minster Room for your meeting, I could walk you to the Minster Room from reception, and then I could show you around the Minster Room, and I could even show you out the windows. So they're really, really clever technology. I don't know how it works, don't get it, but it's very, very clever. So it's just a really good, what we do is we normally include these virtual tours whenever we do proposals to clients so they can have a good look around the hotel. That just gives you a little bit of an idea. So we have these for virtually all of our hotels. I think we have them for all of them now. Our Oxford property is just being done at the moment because it's just been redone. So it just gives you an idea on the hotel. Now I'm going to try and share a video with you, but the sound doesn't work, so I'm going to try and talk over the top of it. And the reason for this video is more and more of our clients are asking for it. It sounds so futuristic to me. I mean, I can't believe we're in 2020. That was something I booked Rogers when I was a kid. So it's like, for me, it's very futuristic. But all of our clients at the moment, or a lot of our meetings clients, are particularly for bigger events, are talking about hybrid and virtual events and virtual event platforms. So our hotels are starting to react to that. Obviously for us, nothing will ever replace having our clients into the hotels. And for me, I certainly miss people so much because I've been office bound since March. So it's just me, myself and my dog. But I think, you know, at the moment there has to be an interim platform because with social distancing in meetings at the moment, if you're looking for a room for, say, 100 people theatre style, you're looking at a room for 400 people theatre style. So it gives you the idea of how much space you need with social distancing. So I'm sure the girls at Ashorne found the same as well. Their normal rooms, which would take a lot of capacity, now can only take a small capacity. So so we're trying to look at different ways to combat this at the moment. We're hoping that the social distancing won't be in place for too long for large events because it just couldn't work. So
that's Nikki. What's your closest hotel to the Midlands? Is it Oxford?
It would be Oxford. We have two in Oxford. So we have the Oxford Spires Hotel, which is just on the main road into Oxford, and then we have the Oxford Thames, which is just the other side of Oxford. So that's our two closest. And then we have Leeds, Manchester, Cardiff, moving up north, Edinburgh and Glasgow, and then moving down south. Right, so I was just checking that I'd got the video on the right bit. Right, let's get you back again. Moving down south, we've got lots in London, and we also have Dorking. It was just outside Dorking, a country estate, which we use for conferencing, a lot of exclusive use conferences. And we have a small hotel in Reading as well, Voco Reading, which is attached to the Majeski Stadium. So we've got them kind of all over the place. They are starting to, I'm trying to see where my video is. I can't see it on the screen.
I think you tend to find, don't you, that, I mean, obviously depending what it is, but people like to, especially if they're in Birmingham, they want to have that little bit travel out so they're not in the city, but they want to have something a bit different. So, you know, it's nice to, you always find we're in such a great location, aren't we? Because it's commutable from London or to get up here. As well. So no, that's cool. Okay, let's see if this video.
I don't think the sound's going to work. I'll try, but I'll try and talk over it. But this is the Kimpton Fitzroy London, which used to be the Hotel Russell, if anyone knows London, and it's on Bloomsbury Square. You know, you're not allowed to have a favourite child. This is one of my favourite children because I'm obsessed with the 1920s and the Great Gatsby era, and this house reminds me a little bit of the Great Gatsby house inside. And for me, it's what modern luxury should be. And it's quite glamorous. And I love that. I love a bit of sparkle. So, and the hotel has only been open for just over a year. It was closed for 18 months and refurbished. I could tell you how many million they spent on it, but to me, I've never seen £1 million, but a lot of money was spent on it. And what they did is they peeled back all of the kind of chintzy wallpaper and chintzy curtains and put this beautiful, and underneath they found all the original marble, which you can see on the screen now. This hotel is the first hotel of ours to work with hybrid event technology. This is Jen, who's our meetings manager, who is stood in the Palm Court at the moment, which is where we do all our afternoon teas. And she's just giving you a little spin and a show round. And that's the Fitz's bar, which is my favourite hotel bar I've ever been in. This is just to show you how we're working with meetings. So this is not actually set up, but this is all virtual. So we're actually able to set the rooms up virtually. We've partnered with Eclipse Technology. So Eclipse Presentations, who are in-house AV company. And if you want to see your room set up for how you're going to set it up, they can do it virtually and send you a picture of it, which is great. So this is just showing different social distancing areas. So this is classroom as it was before. And obviously for a banquet as well in the main ballroom. This is Mamoon showing you about our new hygiene kit. So basically at the hotel, we're providing you with hand sanitizer, moisturiser and a personalised mask as well when you arrive. He's not the world's greatest actor, he's a very sweet guy. So here's Jen again, stood in the ballroom, just to show you how they can, for conferences, actually, online conferences, project into the main room. So this is what your delegates would see. They're just showing you the lower ground floor meeting space at the moment. So all the lower ground floor rooms have got natural daylight, which is virtually unheard of in London. And they're just showing you how Zoom calls can work on our built-in screen. I don't know where we got the delegates from, they're very serious. And this is the green screen. So this is basically where we can project people into, not we, I say that, I couldn't do it, but our AV company, so Jenny stood on the green screen. The AV company will project all your company logos and everything onto the green screen and put your presenter in the actual conference. So it's incredible, isn't it? So she's actually stood in a meeting room at the Fitzroy where the green screen is installed, and this is the company logo behind you. So it's so clever, and they can actually show the presentation on the screen behind as well. So it's as if you're actually at the conference. And then your delegates can dial in. So they can either Zoom in from home, or they can go to another hotel and sit in a conference room and Zoom in that way. So you have like small hubs, so people still get that feeling of being at an event. They can put all your logos at the bottom. There's my moon again. They can also pop guest presenters in as well, which you'll see in a minute, which I think is so clever. So if you've got a guest presenter like me sat at home, they just, so he's not actually there. So it's just, it blows my mind a bit. It's very, very clever. And they can put a podium in for you as well. So they can virtually make it look like a normal conference setup. It's incredibly clever. And at the moment, with here goes my moon again being popped in. At the moment, with social distancing, with not being able to travel or people's worrying about the cost of travelling, it's a really cost-effective way to run a larger event or awards dinner or celebration. So obviously it doesn't replace the face-to-face, but like I say, it's a good, she's just won an award, bless her. She does, she was amazing on this video, bless her. I wouldn't have wanted to do it, to be honest with you. It's been put everywhere. So that just gives you a little bit of a kind of a glimpse, I guess, a little bit into the future. There's a conference program up on the screen. You can ask questions, everything. It's so, so clever. So it gives you a little bit of a look of where we could be going with larger meetings at the moment, or meetings where you need to have people come from all over the country.
That's awesome. Honestly, thank you so much, Nikki. Really appreciate it.
People, it's the first hotel that's done a video, and I've had so much great feedback on it, because it doesn't matter whether it's a small or a large meeting. It's just a way to bridge the gap at the moment when you need to get people together and make them feel more like it's a meeting than we're all just sat on a Zoom call. Yeah,
no, definitely. Well, if you can send us all of that and I can share that with our members, that would be awesome, if that's okay. Of
course. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. It's lovely to meet you all on the screen, and thanks, Dan, for organising.
No worries, you're very welcome. Thank you. So now some of you may have attended our Coventry and Warwickshire PA Forum event last year, which was our summer. I think there was just some axe throwing, didn't you, Tracy? Yes. We hosted our PA Forum summer party last year at Ashorne Hill, which went down an absolute storm. Really well attended event, went down a treat, and it's been a delight to be able to work again with Ashorne Hill this year. So thank you so much to Becky and Sarah for joining us today. Welcome, ladies.
Hello.
It's good to see you. Thank you so much. So we're really interested to see how are you doing at Ashorne?
Yeah, we're good, thank you. So
When are you open now?
No, not yet. So because we are a hotel, we haven't actually been able to open yet.
You sound dropping in and out, hun. Sorry.
Sorry, I might try and talk on Sarah's.
That's it, mate. That's it. We've got you. I think you just.
You got me on this one.
That's it. It's perfect. Sarah, you pop your camera on, lovely.
Yeah, should we pop this on?
Yeah, then we can see you both.
There
you go.
Fabulous. So we got you on both then, just in case.
So yeah, because we're a dedicated conference centre, we haven't actually been able to open yet because we're not a hotel. So as it stands, we're opening the 1st of September. So that's for meetings up to 30. So quite different to what we're used to. But yeah, really looking forward to getting the doors back open and getting our clients back.
Fabulous.
Lovely. So following on from Nikki, I feel like we've just got the one property.
So yeah, I have to pick one and I always get in trouble because I'm like, why didn't you focus on mine? I'm like, oh.
Well, you all those fantastic venues which are all stunning. So I'm just going to try and share our screen. So yeah,
I love Ashorne Hill. It's a lovely venue.
It is. It really is.
The setting is stunning.
And the fact that you can have an exclusive use event there as well. It's very difficult to find venues that can do exclusive use nowadays.
Oh, definitely. So
without charging the absolute earth, yeah.
So can everybody see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, lovely.
Yeah, lovely. Okay, so I'll just run you through So if you haven't been to Ashorne Hill before, we are a dedicated conference centre. We're set just off the M40. So we're literally 2 minutes from the M40 and about 10 minutes from Leamington Spa and 20 minutes from Birmingham on the train. So we do team building, as Daniel mentioned as well. We're also a exclusive use venue for weekends. So we operate on a Monday to Friday business usually. So we have our weekends for your nice big exclusive events. But what's great about it is we don't charge the exclusive fee. So it's just done on minimum numbers and bedrooms usually. So like I said, we are just 2 minutes on the M40. So this is our main building. So we've got a bit of both. We've got a beautiful old venue and we've also got a very modern built extension as well. So you've got best of both worlds and we're set in 35 acres. So lots and lots of room to get out and about. So here, as I just mentioned, is our modern extension. So this houses our restaurant, a large concourse area as well, and some very purpose-built meeting rooms with all your whiteboards, your magnetic walls, all your nice bits and bobs there. So this is just to give you an example. So this is our great hall. So in here you can do drinks receptions. It's our main coffee station as well for the house, any of the house meeting rooms. And it's also a really nice place to have your registration desk and just the whole, like the drinks receptions are always a winner here because it's beautiful. Let's go on to the next slide. So this here is our Sherborne suite. So it's our largest room. So what used to be 150, we're now looking at, if you're looking at the 1 metre rule, we're looking at 60. If you're looking at the 2 metre rule, that's 30 delegates. So in here, it's all singing or dancing AV with your click and share. We've got microphones that you can throw around the room as well. And it's just a really, really nice room. So this is one of our other larger rooms. This is called the Harbury Barford. So this here again is a great room because it could be one huge room on day one and then you can split it on day 2 to make 2 smaller rooms. But everybody absolutely loves this room because it comes with 5 syndicates included. So when you have the whole room as the Harbury Barford, you also get 5 free syndicates, which is always a winner. So obviously Ashorne Hill is well known for its food. If anybody has visited Ashorne, then you'll know the food there is amazing. So we also as well this year won the Midlands Business Award for the best customer service as well. So we do pride ourselves on our customer service at Ashorne as well as our food. So like I said, we've got 35 acres, so barbecues are always a winner. We do lots of festival themes and all different outdoor activities as well. So here is our main restaurant. So again, we used to be able to seat 150 in here on the ground floor and 50 on the top.
Say that again, Sarah. Sorry, couldn't hear you.
Oh, right, okay.
There you go.
It looks very different now because what we have been doing sort of during the last couple of months while the new has been closed.
We're losing you again, Hun. Sorry.
Oh,
Hey.
can you hear me now?
Oh, perfect. Becky, I'll just mute you just while Sarah talks a sec.
Sorry, I was just going. Oh, I'm echoing now. So yeah, what I was going to say was what we've.
It's okay. Don't worry. Keep going.
I can hear myself through to.
Oh. I think it's just because I think the sound comes if you're in the middle of the computer, that's all.
So what I was going to say was we've been working during lockdown the last couple of months. Oh God, this is really distracting. I can't talk.
So sorry, so all Sarah was saying, so we've been working the last couple of months. So the restaurant then, what you saw was our old restaurant. We've been working really hard to obviously put social distancing into place. So the restaurant is very different now what it did in that photo. So at Ashorne we have 110 bedrooms. They're all within the grounds of Ashorne, and in there you get your Wi-Fi, you've got your iron lining board, all your hospitality trays, everything's absolutely included in your room as well, and it's always just a short distance from the main building. So another fantastic asset to Ashorne is our Shedden Centre. So if you're looking to do something a little different, then we've got this purpose-built training venue in the grounds of Ashorne. So in there you have got you've got a meeting room, you've got 3 exercise rooms, all your lunch is served there as well. You've got 6 interview rooms as well and 2 reception rooms. It's absolutely stunning. So here is the reception room. So like I said, this would be your buffet again before. And it's just lovely because it's a completely exclusive use venue. So if you're looking for something a bit different, or again, when we do go back, if you didn't feel comfortable being in the main building, it's a great venue to hire for yourselves. So I am now going to try. I'm going to attempt to share our virtual tour. So please bear with me on this because it was a bit temperamental earlier.
I just wanted to I know to touch on that last slide because Ashorne Hill do also offer training solutions, don't they? So
we do.
So for example, if somebody booked a meeting there, Ashorne Hill can actually provide the trainers as well. Is that right?
Yes, definitely. So what we do, so at Ashorne, we are a dedicated conference centre, but then there's also 2 sides of us. We've got a training department. So if you're just looking to book a meeting room and bring your own trainers or just come and have a meeting, that's Sarah and I, that's great, you can do all that. But then also if you're looking for a bespoke training programme or if you're looking at an off-the-shelf training programme, we have our own in-house trainers deliver that as well. So we also have our own e-learning team, which going forward, as you all know, things are going to be very different. So we do bespoke e-learning programmes. If that's something that you're looking at as well, that's something we can offer.
Okay, awesome.
So,
yeah.
Right, wish me luck with this. I'm going to try something a little different, and I'm hoping this might share better than our video. Can everybody see that?
Awesome, yes, we got it.
Right, let's do this. Please work, okay? Oh, come on.
Do you know, it's so great that you've all got these virtual tours because I think they were classed as a luxury before. Like we haven't got one at Resorts World because it's a very complicated building. But I think, you know, the fact that you've got them now is just key. They're just really helpful. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. It's not playing ball. Let's try again. Oh, come on.
Has anybody else used or been to Ashorne Hill before? Anybody else? No?
Never been done.
I did years ago on a training course, but it did not look like that. It looked lovely then, but it looks incredible.
We've had so much work done. So probably in the last couple of years, we've had probably around just over £1 million, about £1.5 million spent on Ashorne. So what's different about Ashorne as well is we are an independent venue. So we're also a charity. So everything we make in terms of profit, we reinvest straight back into Ashorne. So everything we make, it goes back into the refurb, which is a huge benefit because we are constantly changing and evolving, and we have a great IT team as well, which is keeping us up to date with all the best conferencing facilities as well. I'm really sorry, it doesn't look like it is going to share, but I wonder if I'm going to try this one last time.
Okay.
Can everybody see my
Yeah.
screen? It's a video.
Yeah, we've got this. Yeah.
You've got
good.
it?
Yeah.
Right, let's see if this works. Okay. Can you see, is it working for you?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, yay! Okay, so this is a quick video of our 3D of our virtual tour. So same as Nikki, this is the Gold House version. It just gives you a really good insight of what we can offer you at Ashorne if you don't feel comfortable coming for a face-to-face meeting show round. We are more than happy to do virtual show rounds. So this is an example of one of our house meeting rooms. It's beautiful. We can do anything up to 35 in there. So that's probably our largest house room. Again, the Sherborne suite, which we saw earlier.
And are you looking into hybrid technologies as well, ladies?
Yes, we will be looking into that. Like I said, it's just a case of everybody's been on furlough, so we're just
100%.
getting back to it.
100%, completely understand her.
But what's great about Ashorne as well is because we have 40 meeting rooms, you could bring your if it's a larger conference that couldn't fit in the meeting room, we can split you between meeting rooms and then do the click and share between meeting rooms.
That's a great idea. 100.
So you could have you could all be in the same building but in different rooms.
We have had inquiries actually for people are looking for outdoor events still in the summer, you know, because it's able to be outdoors in the gardens. So hopefully when you open back up, fingers crossed, we can still make use of the last part of the summer.
Definitely, because we had again last October we had a lovely October, so fingers crossed we can get outside for those barbecues and people will feel confident coming back to us.
Can we mute the microphone so I can? Sorry, I can't talk if I can hear myself.
Oh, hang on a minute. I don't know why it does it for you, Sarah. I would move it in front of you just so because Ben Becky's in the centre.
So, can you hear me now?
Perfect.
Much better. I like to talk as well. It was really awful being quiet then. I think what we obviously are doing is making sure over the next sort of 4 to 6 weeks that we are COVID safe. We are working towards the MIA accreditation to be able to open. We, as Becky's mentioned, we have won awards in customer service, and that's going to be at the forefront of our mind, and that's what we want to continue with. We are making sure that we are doing spot the difference changes, so there will be fogging in every room, so people feel safe. We will provide PPE, etc. But I think foremost it will be what we pride ourselves on and going above and beyond with our customer service, and I think that will will help us move forward. As Becky said, we are set to open the doors, in line with the government's, government's guidelines from the 1st of September. But that will be only up for meetings up to 30. But what we've done is we've based our room capacities at the moment. Can you see me okay? I don't know where I'm looking. Yeah. We've based our room capacities based on the 1 metre plus and the 2 metres at the moment as well. So we'll be working, again with the government to let us to do that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be set up. But we are happy to do the virtual tours. We can show you rooms via video link of your room set up, so we can send you personal videos of each room as well. So we're doing everything that we can, and we feel positive. It's we've all just got to work together really. So
100% agree. Yeah, like we had Emma Cartmel on with us yesterday, was talking about the CHS event. You know, she's really happy that's still coming to Birmingham. Are any of you exhibiting at that show?
We are.
Yeah, yeah. Nikki, are you exhibiting at CHS Birmingham, do you think? Are you?
Yeah, we do have a stand there, but we're just considering at the moment what we're doing, just because well, lots of various different reasons really, because we normally go to Leeds. But yeah, I'm going to have a chat with Claire today, because we did book a stand there, but at the moment the company are just deciding. I guess it's just such a difficult one. We want to do the shows, but obviously it's very close to the kind of like government guidelines. And obviously, like everybody, you know, we need to just make sure that we're making good decisions at the moment. But yeah, I will be there at the show.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because obviously, you know, for us as well as venues, as well as the people that are going. So we spoke yesterday about whether the personal executive assistants, for example, will be actually able to go to the show. But also from our perspective, it's whether we feel comfortable exhibiting and whether we want to go ourselves as well. So it's a very good, such an interesting time. But I think it's been really helpful today, because I mean, we did something with venues like in the middle of COVID, and you know, hardly anyone was open, and to show how far we've come on now already has been great. I think you've got we've got some fantastic things in place. And
from Ashorne's point of view, and my microphone's echoing again, we'll be launching a big campaign to reopen on the 1st of September. So look out for us on social media. We will have a competition with Spot the Difference. You know, please like our posts, look at them, and everything that we're going to be doing, which will be exciting, will be shared on social media channels as well. So look out for that.
Awesome, thank you. And what about from you, Nikki? Any final words from you as well?
I would just say really that, you know, from our venue's point of view, if anybody's looking next year, it's probably going to be now for most of you for any road shows or company off-sites, or if you're looking for your managers to get away for an away kind of conference or get together, then just reach out, and I can reach out to all the venues and come back to you with some great prices. And also look at the IHG website, because from a personal point of view, we're doing some amazing staycation 2-for-1 deals. So if you want to get away with your family or your friends, and just get away somewhere, maybe go out to Cardiff or go out to the countryside and have a little break. They're doing some fantastic offers, breakfast included, all sorts. So some really fantastic rates out there. So make sure that we all treat ourselves a bit as well, because I think we really need it after the last few months. And I think we're going to need it for a little bit longer, unfortunately. So yeah, let's all try and treat ourselves. Have a staycation.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, thank you so much. Has anyone got any questions before we go? Anyone got anything they'd like to ask? No worries. Well, if you just please do stay in touch with us, ladies. Keep sending us over stuff, you know, as you go. We'll keep sharing for you. We'll get this video uploaded on YouTube so we can share that out as well with the rest of our membership, and on social media as well, so that other people can see what's happened today. So thank you ever so much for joining us. We're very grateful.
Thank you very much.
No worries. I'll send out all the details of our session.
Thanks for having us. Lovely to see you all.
Take care.
Keep well, Dan.
Yeah.